What's going on, guys? Tyler here from Audioholics Anonymous, and today I bring to you a single review. So today I'm reviewing some singles that have come out, and I'm just going to talk about my feelings about them and whether or not they make me interested in hearing the whole album. I don't know if I'll do this again, but maybe if there's like at least 5 singles that come out in a short span of time that are really interesting to talk about, I'll do it again, but it probably will be a rarer video. That said, there's some pretty cool ones this week. So I'll start off by talking about Assault in Batteries by Ice Nine Kills. So you might know I'm a fan of Ice Nine Kills. I really adored the Silver Scream, and that's kind of when I got on that bandwagon, went back and listened to every trick in the book, and I do slightly prefer that album to the Silver Scream. So I'm really, really interested to hear this new album because I loved Hip to Be Scared. I really enjoyed the different sections in that song, how like the verses changed rhythms, and of course the Hip to Be Square part is great. And I'm a big fan of American Psycho, so that was pretty cool to hear a song about. And this one is about the Child's Play movies, and I also really like the Child's Play movies, so it's fun to hear all of the references and things to those movies, and I think the song works really well. I think it's a bit stronger than Hip to Be Scared, actually, and that was already a really strong song for me. I really love the inside jokes here, like the fact that the chorus is the Toys R Us theme, like, I don't want to grow up, I'm a Toys R Us kid. Like, that's just really funny. Spencer is a legend for writing that, if he's the one who wrote that. Whoever wrote that's a legend. But, yeah, the song's great. I love everything about it. I think Dan Sugarman really got to shine on this song. He's always been a great guitar player, but this song is great for him. I mean, really everyone gets a little portion of time to shine on this song, and Spencer absolutely fucking kills it on vocals, as usually. He does. Yeah, really awesome. I'm super excited to hear the record. I can't wait to hear the fucking Evil Dead song, man. If you watch my my top 25 films of all time video that should be coming out later today, you would know that I absolutely adore the Evil Dead films, and I cannot wait for that song. I want to hear a breakdown where he's like, "This is my boomstick." Fuck yes, I want to hear that shit. I want to hear a breakdown with that. If that's not in the song, I'm boycotting Ice Nine Kills. No, I'm just kidding. It'd be fun to hear that, but either way, I'll be happy with it being based on Evil Dead. I guess we don't know for a fact that it will be based on Evil Dead, but the song is called Ex Mortis, and I'm pretty sure I spied the Kandarian dagger in the music video to Assault and Battery, so I think it's basically confirmation that it'll at least be on the album, if not one of the singles. So, can't wait. So the next song I'm going to talk about is Feast of Fire by Trivium. Now, we covered a Trivium album on Audioholics Unite, and I had listened to a Trivium album before, and I think I've heard Shogun, the album with Villainy Thrives on it, the more recent one, and I'm just not impressed. Like, I appreciate the talent behind Trivium, and I appreciate that there's a fan base there, and I think it's cool what they do, but it's not for me. I don't know what it is, but I just find the music to be kind of generic and boring, and I've never really been on board with Trivium as a result. It's not ever been something that appeals to me personally. It's just not my cup of tea, and I don't really see what's so amazing about it. There's obviously, like I said, a lot of talent behind it, but, you know, I just never got behind it. This song is really good, though. There's quite a few Trivium songs that I like. Villainy Thrives is really up there. I love that song. But, you know, off the last album, there's quite a few I enjoyed too. But this album that's coming out, I think maybe, don't hold your breath, but maybe the band will finally click for me, because I really enjoyed Feast of Fire. The Court of the Dragon I was also not huge on, but if more of the stuff kind of sounds like Feast of Fire, I could be on board with this new album more so than any other Trivium album. And I don't know, maybe that's weird to some of you, because I don't feel like Feast of Fire sounds like substantially different to a lot of the Trivium that I've listened to. It just, for some reason, it clicks with me more than the other Trivium I've listened to, so I don't know. I'm cautiously interested in the new album, so I'll check it out. I'm still not above and beyond about it, let me be clear. Like, it's not a mind-blowing song, but it's at least enjoyable enough that I'd be interested in hearing the whole album. Yeah, so next, I'm going to talk about The Alien by Dream Theater. So, I've basically been following Dream Theater for a few years now, and I was around when Distance Over Time dropped, and it was an alright record, but it was kind of disappointing for me because I like the proggier side of the band. I like the long songs, and I felt Distance Over Time was kind of going in a more mainstream metal direction, and I didn't really like that as much. Like, I know they've done stuff similar to that in the past with like Train of Thought, but that stuff at least still sounded pretty proggy, maybe with exception to As I Am. But and there was even like In the Name of God, which is one of the best long Dream Theater songs out there. Well, I mean, it's like 14 minutes, so it's not like a 20-minute song or anything, but there really wasn't much like that on Distance Over Time, and even the longer songs that were on there just weren't as good. I'd say the best song is Pale Blue Dot, but I really liked Paralyzed as well. And I know that's like the... I was just complaining about it being a little bit more mainstream, but that's like the most mainstream song on the record. I don't know, the riff is really good. That's basically it. The riff is really good, and the chorus is catchy, and I liked Untethered Angel a bit. It's not like I hated it, it was just a little disappointing. But I'm really interested to hear this new album, because The Alien sounds a lot like something that would have come from the Dream Theater album they put out when they first got Mike Mangini, the one with like Lost, Not Forgotten on it, and The Bridge of Skies, I think it's called, the one that's like got the Mongolian throat singing in the intro, and it's about like a shamanistic experience. There's some really good stuff on that record. On the Backs of Angels is one of my favorite Dream Theater songs ever. And The Alien kind of seems like it's going more in that direction. I really enjoy the solos, and I feel like everybody on this song gets a time to shine. Rudess, Petrucci, Mangini especially goes crazy on this song, and even Labrie is sounding really good. John Myung is always a master of his craft, but I feel like all of them are on the top of their fucking games with this one, and it even kind of sometimes sounds a bit like Liquid Tension Experiment, which isn't surprising because they did just finish doing that. I don't know, maybe they were writing Liquid Tension Experiment around the same time that they were writing the Dream Theater album. That's possible. If so, it kind of makes sense because Rudess and Petrucci are both parts of Liquid Tension Experiment alongside Portnoy and the bass player, who I'm forgetting right now. But, why am I forgetting his fucking name? Anyway, is it Billy Sheehan? It might be, I don't remember. Anyway, yeah, so it sounds kind of LTE-esque at times, and that's not a bad thing in my book, because I love LTE. And Dream Theater really sound like they're going in a much more proggy direction with this record, and I think that's a good thing. So, I am really excited for the new single, or I'm sorry, the new album based on this single. Yeah. So the next song I'm going to talk about is War Painted Valentine by Diablo Swing Orchestra. Now these guys are pretty fucking weird. They had, they do like a weird mix of swing and metal and jazz, and like they're just a weird fucking band. They do whatever the fuck they want, essentially. And this song was really heavy for them. But I don't know if necessarily that's a good thing. It almost sounds weird for the sake of it, and like, oh, they wanted to make a really heavy song, but they're not quite used to that, so like there's not really a whole lot of catchy melodies, and the riffs are chuggy chug fest for the sake of being chuggy chug fest, I think, and that's kind of a point against the song. I'm not sure I would want to hear a whole album of this, so if this is representative of what the whole album sounds like, which I doubt it is, let me clarify. Like, they're pretty known for having a lot of variety on their releases, but if this is what the whole album sounds like, I'm not sure I'm down for that. It's not a bad song, okay? It's got some positives. The production is pretty cool. There are some, like, interesting vocal layers that go on, but overall, it's just not that great of a song for me, and, put something better out next time, please, for the sake of God. Because you guys can do better than this. You really can. Yeah, I don't have anything else to say about it. It was just kind of disappointing. But yeah. So the last song, not to end on a negative note, is Motorhead, released by The Darkness. And this might actually be my new favorite Darkness song of all time. Hands down. It's fucking bluesy and heavy. It's probably the heaviest song they ever made. The guitar player goes ham on this damn song, even sometimes writing some riffs that sound Petrucci-esque, actually. It's fucking awesome. And this is probably the one I've heard the most out of the whole list, weirdly enough. Despite being a huge Dream Theater fan and a huge Ice Nine Kills fan, I've listened to this song like 8 times since it's come out. It is amazing. The vocals are so well done. Everything is so well done. The production sounds amazing. Fucking listen to this shit, guys. You won't regret it. Alright, so that was the single review, and I covered The Alien by Dream Theater, Feast of Fire by Trivium, Assault and Batteries by Ice Nine Kills, Motor Heart by The Darkness, and War Painted Valentine by Diablo Swing Orchestra. Alright, without further ado, I bid you audio-do. Bye, guys!